So, does Logan Paul have a gangbusters UFO video sitting in his back pocket? Well, that is exactly what James Fox just said on a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Show. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, smash the bell to be notified of future videos. Find me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. And of course, comment on the story and let me know what you think. Now, I love James Fox. I love his interviews. He always drops some really interesting tidbits. And this one is particularly juicy. He relates a story about when he was investigating the Bob Lazar case back in the 90s, and he was going in and out the Area 51 all the time, and he made a particular contact with this retired military guy who lives in a double wide out in Rachel, Nevada, Area 51, where the little alien is, one of the landmarks in ufology. And anyway, so he made this contact with this guy. I believe his name is Chuck Clark. And Chuck showed him this video, this really compelling video of a UFO, not taken by Chuck, but these two young people in a car, and a UFO descends toward the car, and it's like right there, right? Very, very close to the car, and it's a really great video, and there's some weird, crazy stuff going on with the lights. James Fox describes it as a UFO making a light pendulum back and forth. Anyway, a really, really compelling video, apparently, that James Fox was able to see, and he offered to buy this video from Chuck Clark for $30,000. Chuck refused. Well, the story gets even more interesting because years later, James Fox was on some sort of podcast with Logan Paul. I'm not real familiar with who he is, and in case you're not as well, let me just read about him. Logan Alexander Paul is an American social media personality, actor, and professional wrestler. He is currently signed to WWE, where he performs the Raw brand. He has over 23 million subscribers on his YouTube channel and has ranked on the Forbes list for the highest paid YouTube creators in 2017, 18, and 21. So anyway, apparently a really well-known person. I've heard his name before, but I don't know who he is. There's some sort of controversy involving him a couple of years ago. Yeah, that's all I know about him, and I don't even remember what the controversy was. But at any rate, let James Fox relate this story. Here goes.
Right at that time, I'm going on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, and I tell Logan Paul the story, and he has exactly the same response you have, and I don't blame you, okay? I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just telling you what I saw. It was very impressive, what I saw. Very impressive. If it was a fake, my God, that was well done. He should be making movies with Spielberg. So anyway.
What is this channel's name? Who has this again?
Chuck Clark.
Chuck, what are you doing, Chuck?
Well, let me finish. So Logan Paul, he's like, I want to go to this guy's house. I said, hey, I got the guy. He's got the information. Logan's like, this is all behind the scenes. So Logan Paul takes, I put him in touch with this guy, and this guy lives in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was like Logan Paul takes a Mercedes with a bunch of guys and $100,000 in cash, a big brick. And he goes out to this guy's house in the middle of the desert. And Logan calls me in the middle of nowhere. He's like, you sure your contact's legit, dude? My phone doesn't work. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I got $100K cash in my pocket. I can't find this guy. I said, no, I'm sure he's good, And so Logan goes in there and meets Chuck Clark. And Chuck Clark's like, yeah, I got the tape right here. And so he says, I'll give you $100,000 for it. And the guy says, no way. And so Logan Paul, going to reveal this for the first time, Logan Paul has got a button camera on his dress, on his clothes. So Logan Paul's like, all right, well, this guy doesn't want to he's going to die with it. So let's get this thing on camera. So Logan's like, well, let me see it at least. So Logan like looks at it with this thing and, oh, could you show it to me again? Gets another angle, and then he leaves. So Logan's like, I don't know if I want to go public. I mean, I don't really own the video. I don't know. It seems like a bit of a gray zone. So I said, look, this is a story that might be of interest to Bob Lazar, because maybe Bob Lazar should see this video and he could make a determination. I'm just saying. Or maybe George Knapp or Jeremy Corbell might be interested.
Boom! Isn't that amazing? So we've got Logan Paul, who is sitting on this video, this crazy UFO video that he has surreptitiously taken from this other guy, Chuck, and Chuck Clark. And Chuck has apparently been given this video by the originators of the video, these two young people who saw this incredible UFO and had the presence of mind to film it. So there's multiple people out there that have this video. Why has nobody released it? What's going on? Why have the original takers of the video not released it? Why has Chuck Clark not released it? And, I can kind of understand why Logan Paul hasn't released it, because he did kind of take it in a sneaky way. It may or may not be illegal for him to disseminate. However, I think that James Fox, later in the interview, he encourages Logan Paul to go to people like Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp and maybe, leave the video with them and, just let them take a look at it and they can do what they will with it, I think was the inference. So I would love that. If that were to happen, that would be amazing. And, people like George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, would be all too happy to release that if it met their journalistic standards, and ethics of, releasing that information. So we will see if anything develops there or in some other aspect of ufology. If Logan Paul goes to somebody else or releases it on his own, or if all this attention gets Chuck Logan finally to Chuck Clark to release it himself, or the originators of the video might come forward after all of this attention. So either way, it's some really compelling UFO footage, apparently. Joe Rogan was skeptical of it, but James Fox has seen it, and he is very much not skeptical of it. He says if the people that made it were hoaxers, they should be working for Spielberg. So anyway, it's a great story. I wish there were some like beams in the footage, that would be even make it even juicier. But apparently it's pretty juicy on its own, and it would convince a lot of people. So I hope this does come out. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this footage ever going to see the light of day? With so many people having access to this footage, why has nobody released it yet? And, is Chuck Clark waiting for the right price? Apparently 100,000 wasn't big enough, but would 200,000 be enough? What is his price? Or is that the roadblock at all? Maybe it's something else altogether different, that he has some other motivation for him not to release this or sell it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. That'd be super awesome. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. Facebook and Twitter links are below. I would love to see you guys there. And if you wanted to share this video when it drops on social media, that would be super helpful. There's plenty of other videos to check out, so check out the channel. And until next time, this is Jack with Cosmic Road signing out.